So let's talk about the things that truly matters. The one thing that my entire life, ever since I was a child, remember that is the only thing that matters the most, and that is your life. How healthy are you? You see, sometimes people come and go and they do little sports here and there, nothing too crazy, and they think they're in amazing shape. The truth is, there are two types of shapes. The one on the outside is what everybody sees. Wow, this guy or this girl looks amazing, great body, amazing physique. But deep inside, it's not as good as most people think. And other people that really focuses more on that type of fitness, the inside fitness, the one that's gonna take you places, the one that's gonna help you live longer, the one that is gonna actually make sure that you see your doctor less. And so the thing is, taking care of both is important, but the majority of people, when they're out there, the only reason why they work out is simply because of the simple fact they just want to look good on the outside. And most of us do that in the beginning. I remember being a teenager and only wanted to look good, obviously for the girls, wanted the girls to look at me and see this amazing hot looking boy there, and all of them wanting to jump on me and be all happy and ready and all these crazy things that when you're a teenager you think about. But as I got older and understood the value, the investment that it takes to be healthy, I realized that it wasn't more than looking pretty, more than looking amazing. It was more about living longer, making sure that whatever life we have, if it's up to us in the things that we do, that we can actually push him or push our lives a little longer. I get it. Here in America and in most parts of the world, people die at the age of 79. That is the number they're giving us. Some people live a lot more, some people live a lot less, but the average is 79. So when someone is 40 years old, you pretty much already middle age. I know it sounds weird because everybody thinks it's 50 or 60, but if indeed you're gonna die at 79 or that is around the area, then 40 is pretty much middle age. And it sucks to hear that. But what is the big deal? Let me tell you something. Most amazing people in this world, millionaires, billionaires, people that reach greatness, people that reach amazing things, they actually did it after the age of 40. So to me, I've always believed that 40 is when you start really, truly living. And I'm gonna tell you why. See, the first 20 years of your life, you have to remember one thing. You are under your parents, everything. They tell you what to do, where to go. They even tell you what school you should be going to, And so the first 20 years really don't count. You're still living under your parents, I guess, dreams and aspirations. Then you go to college, graduate, you go to college and you get your job. And most likely the first 10 or 15 years on that job, some people get lucky and they got amazing jobs and they great, it's good for them, and but the majority of people, I would say 90% of people in the world, they don't get that lucky after all. What happens to them is they look for jobs between the ages of 20 and 35, looking for that job that makes them happy. And even the ones that find a job that they thought was gonna make them happy, after 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, they realize it's not as fun, or it's not really truly the job that they were looking for. And so they look for another job. And that usually happens, again, anywhere between 30 and 35. And then you find that one job, the great job, the one that you said, this is it. And most people actually get past that level and they still don't find the job. But let's pretend you are one of those people that get that job between the ages of 25 and 35. Great, that's amazing. But the whole thing about this is, when do you really start making money? The majority of people don't start really making some serious money until the age of 40 and after that. And so 40 for me is like this is the starting stage. You're on your own, you got your shit together. Sometimes you hopefully already have a family, or you're starting a family and you're doing amazing. And that's when things really begin. And if indeed we're only gonna live 79 years, that's great. You got 40 years left in you to really conquer your world, to do the things that you really wanted to do. But guess what? And this has been said many times by a lot of experts. Working out, taking care of yourselves, not gaining too much weight, being in a good level. May not have to be an Olympic athlete, but being in a level where you can actually do the things that you could and should be doing for yourselves. Those things are important. That can actually give you extra life to your life. And if you live in such an amazing life, you're doing great. Life is amazing. You have a beautiful wife or a beautiful husband, and you have wonderful children, and you're now helping them achieve great things in life as well. Why wouldn't you be there to make sure all that happens for them? And so the thing is, of course we want to live longer, but living longer requires a little bit of effort. And that effort has to be put together, with effort by going to the gym, with the effort of not always eating unhealthy, with the effort to get a good night's sleep. Most of us don't do that. Most of us really don't do that when we're younger. But those are the things that when someone already passed that age of 40, in my case, going to be 53, I can tell you there were many unnecessary nights that I should have been sleeping, but yet I was out there supposedly having fun, supposedly hanging out with friends, supposedly doing all this crazy stuff that when I look back now, it really didn't help me do anything, at all. And so even getting a good night's sleep and eating a little healthy and going to the gym and doing the things that you're supposed to be doing to live a longer life so you can be around for the people that truly care about you, it's actually more important than anything else. But once again, it does require some effort, and that effort has to come from someone. And if we're talking about your life, my life, well, clearly those efforts gonna have to come from us, no one else. And so the one thing that I said, and I tell all of my clients all the time, when it comes to their fitness, you have to be extremely greedy. You have to think about you first. Because when you think about you, everyone around you, your spouses, your children, your friends are all gonna benefit from you being healthier, from you feeling better, from you feeling amazing, from you looking the way you wanna look. Because nothing can break you more than looking in the mirror and not seeing that person that you always wanted to look. And yes, as we get older, things can change a little bit. They really don't need to change that much. There is no need for it. All it requires is effort. But what is 2 or 3 hours of gym time when you have 168 hours of living every single week? Week by week, you get 168 hours of living. What are 3 to 4 or even 5 hours a week out of your 168? If that was the thing that it requires of you, to make this dream come true of living a little longer or at least healthier. See, some people says, well, how do we really know that going to the gym is going to make me live longer? Let's take that out. Even though there are proof of our genes being healthier and inside our body by being healthier, us living longer, but let's take all that out. Let's pretend that it's just a bunch of bull. That doesn't exist. So how about dying at the age of 79 by getting to the very last moment of your life a little healthier, doing things that most people unfortunately nowadays cannot do? How about just by the simple fact of taking care of yourselves, doing a little sacrifice by going to the gym and eating a little healthier and sleeping a little more? What if that gets you to get to that age feeling better? Wouldn't that be worth it than just wasting let's say the last 10 years of your life in a hospital bed or taking all these medications that only fixes one thing but alters something else? Wouldn't it be great to get to that last moment of your life in better shape? I honestly think it is. But once again, the main thing about this, it's effort. The effort that we need to do, that we need to take in order to get there. Because remember, once again, someone else doing it doesn't make sure that you get better. Someone else working out doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form. So this is something we have to do ourselves. And this is something that, once again, you have to be very gritty and understand that by you doing this, you actually helping everyone around you. See, when your children don't have to worry and stress about you for being unhealthy and for being in a hospital bed and for taking care of you the last 10 years of your life, that allows them to go out there and continue living an amazing life. But we have to do that ourselves because at the end of the day, we are in charge. Your life, your destiny, no one else's.